Well, we can now speak live to our environment correspondent, Naveen Singh Khadka, who joins us on the program. Naveen, thanks so much for your time. As COP29 theoretically winds down, what's the latest on a potential agreement?
So this is the thing that we've been talking about that you mentioned just now, $250 billion offered on the table, and many developing countries, campaigners are saying it's an insult. So now it remains to be seen whether there will be any agreement. See, in the past, these kind of endgame noises do take place, and sometimes there are surprising twists and turns. Now, the thing is, will there be a compromise? It's looking pretty difficult, because we've also heard from developed countries who are saying that it's not easy to provide that scale of money. We heard a voice today saying that developed countries themselves are stretched, and so on and so forth. But developing countries are saying that, they have not been able to recover from past disasters. Forget about preparing for the future. So yes, it's a massive, massive thing. How will they thrash it out? That's the trillion-dollar question still.
Well, Naveen, I'll be coming back to you shortly, but for now, let's hear a reaction, some thoughts from the mayor of Praia. This is in Cape Verde, the capital of Cape Verde. This is what he had to say.
All of us, we know that it's important to do things in order to save our planet. But I think it's a moral responsibility for all of countries in the world to help the other countries that don't have enough resources to develop the important and the plans that they really need. The rich countries, they really must start to put some resources together to save the planet, because we have just one planet. We don't have a rich planet and a poor planet. We have just one planet, and we must be together, because this is the only one planet for all of us.
I mean, Naveen, tell us this. Are rich countries not living up to their responsibility?
So you see, the thing is, first of all, this trust deficit, the $100 billion that was promised by 2020, again, there are still questions, did they ever provide that? And now, the real term here is by 2035. Let's not forget that. You see, by 2035, this new offer of $250 billion. So, what happens until then? That's the question. And also quickly, from the very beginning, because this was labeled as a finance COP, developing countries were saying that they would require grants and maybe some concessional loan, not loan per se. But what developed countries have said is they will have to be a mixed bag, and it will also have to involve private financing, international private financing, which means loan. That is where developing countries are saying that developed countries are not living up to their responsibility.
I mean, let's discuss scenarios. What might be the impact on developing countries if this funding gap isn't addressed?
So, campaigners or negotiators are saying that they are still not able to recover from past disasters, from past climate-related extreme weather events. And how will they prepare for the future? For example, the loss and damage is not even being discussed. It's been parked for other meetings now. So that is the thing, recovery is a major thing from past disasters, and also development. What happens to development works? Because development works are becoming costlier because of climate impacts. It's called as climate proofing, and that is making development more expensive. And of course, there's a different story of the climate loan burdens, So much is being paid as the interest. So all these things coupled together, it's a very difficult journey for countries in Africa, particularly where you have so many least developed countries. They were thinking that there would be some specific amount, allocated under loss and damage, and even that is being parked. Hence this outrage out there.
Very insightful, Naveen. Thanks for breaking it down for us here on the program.